Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs. So current affairs is very important to clear any competitive examination. For example, UPSC, state public service examinations, or if you are preparing for any railway examinations or SSC, so any examination, so there will be no question paper without current affairs. So you need to have a good command on current affairs to clear any other competitive examinations. So here, to clear those examinations, you need to read one national newspaper every day. So here we are going to see analysis of The Hindu, and we are going to see Delhi edition of The Hindu newspaper, and the date here is 28 October 2023. So first of all, we are going to show you the PDF of Delhi edition, and we are going to list out which are the topics relevant from our examination point of view, and I am also going to give you perspectives, so in which dimensions you can think about that article and how the questions will be appeared in the questions examination, and which topic is important from prelims and which topic is important from mains. So all these things that you are going to get after the end of this video. And one more thing here is, so after seeing the perspectives, we are going to see analysis of these topics in detail. And if you want to get the notes of this class, so you can join the Telegram channel, and the link of that channel is given in description box, or else you can go to Telegram and you can search Rathod's IAS classes and you can join that Telegram channel, so that you will be getting the PDF of this class notes. Okay. And one more thing here is, you have to subscribe to this Rathod's IAS Academy YouTube channel, so that whenever we are posting video, you will be getting updates. Okay. So now let us see the first topic. So first topic is, panel holds back its report on crime bills. So if we are talking about this criminal laws in India, for example, we have CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code, and we have IPC, Indian Penal Code, and we have Indian Evidence Act. So if you are talking about these acts, there are some challenges in these laws or rules which are present in our country. And we are facing a lot of challenges in the present times, because nowadays the crimes had been changed, right? Because of improvements in science and technology, because of developments in science and technology, because of advancements in science and technology, new types of crimes are coming day by day. So what are the laws which are present in India, like IPC, CRPC, Indian Evidence Act? So they are not properly dealing with these new types of crimes. So there is a need of amendment, right? Because our constitution, it is a living document. So if we are talking about our constitution itself, it is a living document. So here, according to the needs, according to the aspirations of society, yes, we can go with the amendments. So if you want to do changes to this constitution, we can come up with this Constitution Amendment Acts, so that we can change the provisions in our constitution. So in the same way, even in these rules and regulations which are present, so if you want to change them according to the needs of the society, yes, we can come up with these amendments. So this is the thing which mainly said. And here these three important bills which are placed before Parliament to amend this IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act. Okay, so these bills, they went to this Parliamentary Standing Committee, and this Parliamentary Standing Committee will be reviewing these bills. So the issue here is, so this Parliamentary Standing Committee, it is reviewing these bills now, but on another side here, opposition parties protesting at the speed which these bills were reviewed. And this topic is important from your polity point of view, which comes under your GS paper too. And this topic is at most important, and there is a high chance of getting questions in your prelims and as well as mains. So this is the very important topic, and you have to know about this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023. Okay, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023. Okay, so this is very important. And next topic is, dark pattern sales by airlines, online agents deemed by cybercrime. So there are a number of times complaints had been filed regarding practices by airlines and even online travel agents. So they are doing some unintended purchases, for example paying for seats while booking flight tickets, which one government it is calling as cyber crime. So now cyber crime is happening even the booking of airways, tickets in this airways. So because of this is very important, and this topic is at most important from your polity point of view, which comes under GS paper 2. Okay, so this is also very important topic from your mains. And that's all in the first page or front page. And this city page also, there is nothing much relevant from our examination point of view. And you can directly move on to the states page. So because of this assembly polls in 5 states, so most of the articles are political articles. So don't spend much time on those articles, they will not gain anything for you. Okay, so it is just waste of your time. And if you move on, you can directly move on to this editorial page. So in this editorial page, there is one article regarding India, Qatar. So this Qatar is very important, and you have to see the map location of this Qatar, and please let me know which are the countries sharing boundary with this Qatar and nearby water bodies. So nearby water bodies. So why this Qatar is in news? Because in Qatar, Qatari court gave a judgment like death penalty to 8 former Indian Navy officers. Okay, for 8 Indian Navy officers, yes, Qatar court said they have to be punished by this death penalty. So because of this is news, and you have to see important areas of cooperation. You have to see important areas of cooperation between India and Qatar, and this topic is important from international relations, which comes under GS paper 2, and this topic is important from your prelims and mains. So from prelims you can expect a question which is based on map, and from mains point of view, yes, you can get a question regarding this important areas of cooperation between India and Qatar. And next topic is women can make the world better. So anywhere, if you see the status of women, which is always lower than men, because of patriarchal society. Because of this patriarchal society, status of women is less compared to that of men. Still, this patriarchy is remnant in some societies, but only some societies like tribals in Meghalaya. Okay, so there we can see matriarchal society, that is women dominant society, but about 99% of society is patriarchal society, right? So what happens here is, so what are the work which is done by women? For example, they will be doing domestic work, they will be doing care work, care for their children and as well as elderly people, and even they will be their contribution in the workforce is less. Okay, so these are some important challenges. So please let me know what are the challenges faced by women. For example, they are facing security issues, like they are also facing this patriarchal mindset, societal norms, and whatever the contribution they are doing, that is not accounted to our GDP. So all these things are the some challenges. So please let me know what are the challenges that are faced by women in society in the comment box. Don't forget about that. So this article says that he is giving some data regarding women workforce, and he is saying that if you want to attain this sustainable development goals, so we have 17 SDGs, they have to be achieved by 2030. So if you want to achieve all those things, women contribution is necessary and must. So if there is no women contribution, so we can't achieve this target of SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, up to 17 goals by 2030. And he also said about what can be done. So what is a way forward or what is the need? So this topic is at most important from your GS paper 2 under society point of view. Society and social issues from GS1 and GS2. So this is also very important topic. Okay, and you can also see this topic regarding India-China partnership. Yes, you have to see important areas of cooperation between India and China. So I want to add one point here is, so China is important for India, especially we are getting raw materials like API. There is active pharmaceutical ingredient. So active medicament which is present in the medicines that you are going to get from this China. So without this API, so India will be zero regarding pharmaceutical industry. So in this pharmaceutical industry or in this pharmaceutical field, so India is in top. So India is exporting generic medicines. Exporting generic medicines to different countries. And it is excelling in this pharmaceutical sector. But if you are having the straining of relations between India and China, if China is banning the exports of this API to India, then this pharmaceutical field is going to be affected. Okay, so this is very, very important. And if you move on in this ground zero page, so there is one interesting article. So here two women killed 5 family members by giving thallium. So here you have to know about what is this thallium, and this topic is important from science and technology, which comes under your GS paper 3. And there is a high chance of getting question regarding prelims from this topic. Clear? Are you getting the points or not? So if you are getting the points, type 1 in the comment box. Don't forget about this. And in this news page, there is an article that is about Pakistan attacking India. So shelling by Pakistan triggered scare in Jammu's Arnia region. So there is a shelling which happened. And it is violating 2003 ceasefire agreement. It is violating 2003 ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan. So Kargil war happened in year 1999. That means after 4 years we have this ceasefire agreement, and this ceasefire agreement which has been violated now. So this is the idea of this article. And especially you have to focus on what is this 2003 ceasefire agreement. Clear? And if you move on, leave this assembly polls, it is not at all useful for you. Here you can see 80% of India's urban population. 80% of India's urban population has access to high-speed internet, says Prime Minister. So this article is talking about high-speed internet. So here regarding this, you have to see one program, that is optical fiber program. So through this optical fiber program, so we want to connect panchayats with internet facility. Right, this article says that yes, because of this improvements in telecom industry and developments in this telecom sector, so we are focusing on 5G coverage in urban areas. And about 80% of urban areas or urban population, they have now access to this 5G technology. So here you have to see what are the advantages of 5G technology. It is very important. Clear? And if you move on, you can see one article regarding the cancer. So Mizoram in India, which is having the highest cancer incidence rate. So this article, it is very important. And in this world page, there is nothing much relevant. So most of the articles we discussed in this business page also. So these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu. And now let us try to see the detailed analysis of these topics. So here, if you want to get these notes, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is in the description box. Don't forget. So this is the first article. It is about cyber crime. So there are a number of complaints they received about practices by airlines and online travel agents. So they are tricking consumers into making unintended purchases, for example, paying for seats while booking flight tickets. So which one government official, they are calling it as cyber crime. So it is cyber crime. So here these officials, they are making them to even pay for the seats. So it is called as cyber crime. So which may be said by one government official. So if you see details, it says that airline comes days before a meeting of the Consumer Affairs Ministry, and they are going to discuss complaints regarding air travelers. So here they are going to discuss about the problems of these air travelers, and they are going to take this issue, and especially they will be also including some representatives like Ministry of Aviation, Civil Aviation, airline people, online travel agents, and NGOs and some consumers. So they will be also taken into account for the talks. So here the important agenda of this meeting, it is to discuss complaints about airlines. So now airlines, they started extending the charges on seat selection to all seats. So you want to get the corner seat, you have to pay extra like that. Okay, so the seat which is beside the window like that. Okay, so this thing they are going to discuss in this meet. So if we're talking about what is the cyber crime, so this is very important from your mains. So what is cyber crime? Cyber crime is defined as crime where a computer is the object of the crime. So they are using computers, PCs, system, laptop, etc. to do these crimes. That is called as cyber crime. And cyber crimes, they fall under state subjects. So here in our constitution, we have 7th schedule. So according to the 7th schedule, we have 3 lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. So here this cyber crime which comes in the state list. That means states, they have exclusive power to come up with laws regarding this subject called as cyber crime. And even this cyber crime, which also involves illegal or unauthorized activities that exploit technology to commit various forms of crimes. Okay, so if you're talking about types here, so we have a lot of types and you have to remember them, and you have to know the difference between one crime and another crime. So first one is distributed denial of service attacks. First one is distributed denial of service attacks. So these are used to make an online service unavailable and take the network down by overwhelming site with traffic from a variety of sources. So this distributed denial of service is nothing but they are using the online service which are unavailable. So service will be unavailable, and with there we can see network down. And this one is botnets. So botnets are compromised computers. They are controlled externally by remote hackers. So here it will be under the hands of hackers. And this one is identity theft here. So criminal, they gain access to the user's personal information or some confidential information, and then they will try to tarnish reputation or seek a ransom. And next one is cyber stalking. So cyber stalking means nothing but it is like online harassment. Cyber stalking is nothing but online harassment. And this one is phishing. Phishing is a type of social engineering attack. So it often used to steal user data and login credentials and credit card numbers, etc. So in this way they will try to get money. So these are the different types of cyber crimes. Is that clear? Yes or no? If yes, 1, type 1. If no, type 2. So let us have a poll from today. And next topic, it is about crime bills. So already we discussed this topic number of times, so that we are not going to spend much time on this topic. So let us have a look over what is necessary from this article point of view. So why it is in news? Because Parliamentary Standing Committee is postponing its adoption on this study on 3 bills. So because of this, now opposition party people, they are doing some protest. That's it. It's as simple as that. So 3 members like Congress MP, okay, there is no need of remembering who are the members. So 3 members, they are demanding for, they are protesting regarding this standing committee. And even these people, they are demanding several changes in this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. And this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita will going to replace IPC. And this one is Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. So it will be replacing this Criminal Procedure Code. So this opposition party people, they want to bring lot of changes. So if you're talking about what are the issues with the previous laws, like CRPC, IPC, IEA, that is Indian Evidence Act, yes, we have some challenges. So because of that only we came up with this new, right? So first one is, we can see there is British legacy. So the old laws, they were remnants of British colonial rule. So from British period onwards, we have those same laws like IPC, CRPC. They are not framed by our fathers, right? So they are of British colonial rule. So now, even though we got independence, so we are following the British colonial legacy. So because of this, there is a need of change, right? And they are focusing on punishment rather than ensuring the safety and justice of the citizen. They are just focusing on punishment. So according to this Britishers, so they want to, okay, they want to have the majority rule over this Indians. So because of this, they focused on especially punishment. So even after we got independence also, we are focusing on this punishment rather than ensuring the justice. So because of this, there is a need of coming up with amendments. And this one is, these laws are outdated because they were framed or enacted in 19th century. But now we are in 21st century, there is a need of change. And there is also low conviction rates. So these laws are outdated laws. And this one is, there is also gender insensitivity. So old laws, they are inadequately addressing the crimes against women and as well as children. So because of this, yes, we need to focus on even gender sensitivity. And this one is, they are focusing on complex procedures. So cumbersome procedure and paperwork that led to delayed trials and inefficiency in the criminal justice system. So because of this, yes, we need to come up with change. And this one is, there is also misuse of power. So laws could be misused by authorities and they are targeting certain individuals. Okay, they are targeting certain individuals and they are curtailing civil liberties. Okay, so because of this, yes, we need to have some changes. And this one is, there is lack of victim focus. So focus was often on legal technicalities rather than providing support and justice for victims. So because of this, yes, we have to provide justice, right? So for that, yes, we need to come up with change. And there is also lack of technological integration, because at that time during Britishers, so there was nothing like technology at that time, but now we have technology. And because of that, developments in science and technology, furthermore, crimes are happening, new types of crimes are happening. So these laws are not talking about them, they are inadequate. So for that, we have to include this new types of crimes. So what should be the punishment for this new type of crimes? And this one is, there is also limited scope. So the laws, they fail to address contemporary issues like cyber crimes, terrorism, organized crime adequately, right? So for that also it is very important. And now I want to give you one mains question. Try to make down or list down this question or note down this question, or else you can take screenshot. I will be moving aside. So question here is, comprehensive reforms are needed in criminal justice system to ensure effective enforcement of law, upload accountability, and to have a well-trained workforce and speedy disposal of cases. Comment. So try to write answer for this question, and your word limit is 250 words and you have to write answer within 15 minutes. So there is time limit and word limit. Try to write answer for this question, don't forget. Okay, is that clear? So if you have any doubt, type 2 in the comment box. And now let us see the next topic. It is about women. Women participation economy. So this topic is at most important from your GS paper to under society. So here this article says that economic history has long been chronicled through male lens. So we are only seeing economy in the terms of male lens. So male are contributing to economy but not female. So these are some viewpoints. These are not my viewpoints. So these are viewpoints of author. So here if you see here Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Science, which has been awarded to 90 men from 1969, but only 3 women got this Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences. And recently in this 2023 Economic Nobel Prize, yes, it got to women. So if we're talking about this article, it's talking about the future of work and India. So the patterns of economic growth has shifted globally, and especially in the industrial firms, so there is no proper long-term employment opportunities. So long-term employment opportunities are not only seen in this developing countries, but even developed countries also they are not providing this long-term employment opportunities. And more employment is being generated now in gig economy and in informal economy. So normally gig economy and informal economy, so people they are getting lot of employment opportunities, but in the formal sector, so people they are not getting the employment opportunities. So this is one cause of concern. And even there are fewer opportunities. Even there are fewer opportunities for dignified work with adequate income and social security, even though Indian economy is among the fastest growing in the world. So as you all know that India's place is 6th, but now it is 5th largest economy in the world. So even though India is doing good globally, but so there are some challenges like unemployment, and there are fewer opportunities for this dignified work is seen. And this one is India, which ranks 132 out of 191 countries in human development. So we need to invest more in caregiving services. So in this caregiving services, we need to invest more. Sadly, if you're talking about this caregiving work which is done by normally women in the home, okay, women in the home will be doing this caregiving work for the children, for the elderly people, etc. And millions of women, they are providing domestic services, and millions more they are providing care in communities like Asha workers and even Anganwadi. But in this Asha workers and this Anganwadi, they are very much poorly paid. They are paid with a very, very less amount of salary. And here author also made a note on the sustainable development goals as well. So how many sustainable development goals are there? So there are 17, and we need to achieve them by 2030. The target year is 2030. So these sustainable development goals, they will cover range of environment, social, economic problems, and they must be solved simultaneously to make progress more inclusive and sustainable. So for all these things, yes, achieving of sustainable development goals is very important, because they are talking about the wide range of fields like environment, social, economic problems, etc. And next one is, recently you know that in G20 India is enjoying presidencyship. So the G20 has assessed that at the midway point to 2030, so global progress to sustainable development goals is very, very important. And what is the need now? So the need here is, we need to give freedom for women. Okay, we need to give freedom for women in this male dominated society. And whenever we are giving the freedom to women, women can shape the family, women can shape the governance institutions better. And local communities, they must be given more powers for designing and implementing inclusive and sustainable solutions for the problems which are faced by women. And next one here is, without such fundamental institutional reforms, so India's vision is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that means one family, one earth and one future, so will be fading. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said by the author. And now let us see next topic. It is about India-Qatar relations, and this topic is at most important. So why it is in news? 8 Navy officers, they were arrested last year in 2022 August, and they were arrested on the charges of spying on a submarine program on behalf of Israel. So because of this spy, so they got this death penalty. So if you're talking about the relationship between India and Qatar, so there is a long partnership between India and Qatar which had been started in 1973 itself. So if you're talking about NRIs in Qatar, so there are largest Indian population which is committed in this Qatar. And Qatar hosts about 0.74 million Indian expatriates. Its 210 strong delegation at the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas event in Indore last year. Okay, next one here is, if you're talking about this political relationship, so this year 2023, which marks 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Qatar. So this is very, very important, so that you can expect a question regarding India-Israel relations in this mains. And economic relations, so in 2021, India was among the 4 export destinations of Qatar, and it is among the top sources of Qatar's imports. And even if you see bilateral trade, so we have good trade with Qatar, and we are getting mostly LNG, liquefied natural gas, and LPG exports from Qatar, and it will be valued around $13 billion. So these are things that we are exporting from. So these are the things that we are importing from this Qatar. So if you're talking about the strategic cooperation, so defense cooperation, it is an important pillar of our bilateral agenda. So defense cooperation, it is an important pillar of our bilateral agenda. So India and Qatar, they signed defense cooperation agreement in November 2008. And even if you're talking about exercise between India and Qatar, the name of the exercise is Zair al-Bar. So this is very important from your prelims. Zair al-Bar. So it is a bilateral maritime security exercise. And that too, this is naval exercise. So this is very, very important. And especially to improve relations, cooperation in this maritime security, yes, we are having this exercise, that is Zair al-Baha. This is very, very important. And even India also offers training slots in its defense institutions to Qatar. So these are some important areas of cooperation between India and Qatar. So this is very, very important topic. And next topic, it is about thallium. So you have to know just some facts regarding this thallium. Thallium is also, it's very much dangerous, and it is also called as a poison because of its toxicity. And it is very much difficult to detect because it do not have any color, any odor, and any taste. So if you see the color, it is a grey post-transition metal, and it is not found free in nature. So when we are adding this thallium to food and as well as drink, it blends seamlessly, and it is making nearly impossible to identify it by any of its flavor. And it is acting very, very slowly. It is called as slow acting poison. And this thallium has been employed for malicious purposes and often to target enemies or prisoners. So these are some important facts regarding this thallium. And the next topic, it is about India-Kashmir. Okay, so what is the attack which is going in Kashmir in India? And you have to see like India-Pakistan relations as well. Especially we are focusing on this 2003 ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan. So actually what happened, the attacks which are happening in this Arnia sector in Jammu and Kashmir. So it is for the first time that the Pakistan Rangers, they used mortar shells. Since two countries, they renewed their pledge in February 2021 to avoid this 2003 ceasefire agreement. So actually these two sides, they agreed that we are going to follow the ceasefire agreement in 2021, but again there is violation once again. So Pakistan Rangers, they extended their firing to the target our adjacent borders and as well as even outposts. So because of this, it forwarded defense posts in these areas in a benefiting manner. So even BSF, that is CRPF forces which is bordering India and Bangladesh and India and Pakistan, that will be this Border Security Force, that is BSF. So now this BSF has been put on high alert along this international border in Jammu after the exchange of fire. Now BSF, it is guarding India-Pakistan border, so they are at a high attention. And this BSF continues to monitor the developments closely, and even this BSF, they will be assessing the situation and remains alert to respond as necessary to ensure the safety and security of the border. Okay, so this is a thing which mainly said. And here you have to know some facts regarding this 2003 ceasefire agreement. So this agreement, which came in November 2003. So in 1999 this Kargil war happened, and after 4 years we came up with this ceasefire agreement. So because of this, it is called as 2003 ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan. So this agreement, which facilitated the opening of Srinagar, Muzaffarabad and Poonch Rawalkot routes. And even under this agreement, they started bus and truck services as well. So it will be helpful for improving of people-to-people contacts and exchanges, travel and as well as trade. So this ceasefire also enabled India to complete construction of a fence near LOC to prevent Pakistan's infiltration of terrorists into Kashmir. Okay, so these are things that mainly said in this 2003 ceasefire agreement. So what is the significance of this agreement? So in 2003 ceasefire agreement, which is acting as a milestone because it brought peace in this LOC line of control. And but since 2006 onwards, ceasefire violations, they have become norm with increasing frequency. There is increased frequency of violation of ceasefire agreement. In the recent years, they have seen an increasing number of ceasefire violations despite an agreement. Okay, so even though they came with agreement, so in the recent years we can say that there is violations across this LOC. So this is a thing that you have to remember. And next topic, it is about Mizoram has highest cancer incidence rate, which is the thing which said by a study. So this article is important from your GS paper to under health, and even you can add this topic in your science and technology, where we will be discussing this study diseases like non-communicable disease and communicable disease. So please let me know whether this cancer is a communicable disease or non-communicable disease in the comment box. And even the difference between non-communicable and communicable disease, because number of times I discussed this topic. So if you see the context, it says that despite being the country's second least populated state, it is second least populated state. So please let me know which is the least populated state in our country in the comment box. So Mizoram, which exhibits high cancer incident rate in India. So it is having second least population, but the cancer rates are very high in these states. So cancer incidence and mortality is growing among these younger generations even in Mizoram. So why? Why? Because of lifestyle changes, because of change in the dietary patterns, and because of this endogamousness. So they will be marrying their own community people, they will be not coming out of their community. So because of all these things like genetic predisposition, that is linked to the increasing of cancer cases in this Mizoram people. So this is a thing which mainly according to the study and the report which had been published recently. And this study says that there is increased mortality and morbidity because of diagnostic facilities failure. So there is no proper diagnostic instruments, and there is lack of skilled human resources, and even the treatment is also very costly for this cancer. So all these things that led to increasing of mortality in this area. So this is about this topic. And these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I am concluding. So if you really like this class, so hit the like button and share this video to your friends in groups, channels, etc. And one more thing here is, don't forget to subscribe to this Rathod Science Academy if you are watching this channel for the first time. And you can download these notes in the Telegram channel, and link is given in the description box. Okay, so that's all. And we are going to come up with online ethics course that is going to be started soon. So there we are going to have around 50 hours of classes, and some important highlights, or each and every topic is discussed and each and every keyword is discussed along with daily life examples, and there will be answer writing practice, and we are going to study approach to write ethics case studies so that you can increase or you can maximize your marks in ethics, right? So these are some highlights, so try to join this course. And if you have any queries regarding the courses, so please contact me on this number 8074765513, and even this is WhatsApp number, you can text me in WhatsApp as well. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.